Hello and welcome everybody. The idea of this lesson that I'm going to give to you is to hopefully just give you some guidance and some clarification regarding what I'm looking for in the commercial dissection project. Okay, so the idea of the assignment is to teach you about the camera movements, yes. Also just to give you an appreciation for the amount of planning that goes into just a short commercial, as well as the objective is to hopefully you're going to apply these things into the things that you've learned into your future projects to make you guys more organized. Okay, so you guys are taking a 30-second commercial and you are reverse engineering it into storyboard format. So I'm going to pretend that you've read all this and you already know what you're doing, and I'm going to go straight to our good example of this commercial here. Now you may have played it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this commercial again. And so I just got right to YouTube, and let's just watch it really quick here.
Are you sure this is safe? I heard there's bears in these woods.
I wouldn't worry. I surrounded this entire area with various traps and pitfalls, using Doritos as bait.
Bears don't even like Doritos.
Bears love Doritos. Oh, sweet, Dorito. I can't reach it!
Where's Milo?
Oh yeah, always good. Okay, so not bad. Now what I want to do is, now that we've watched it and we can get over the fact that it's a funny commercial, I just want to count like how many shots are in this commercial. Let's go back. I'm just going to replay, and out loud I'm just going to let's just count. We've got 1.
Are you sure
2,
this is safe? I heard there's bears in these woods.
I wouldn't worry. I surrounded this entire area with various traps and pitfalls, using
4,
Doritos as bait.
Bears don't even like
5,
Doritos.
Bears love
6,
Doritos.
7,
Oh, sweet,
8,
Dorito.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I can't reach it!
16, and this is
Where's Milo?
17. Okay, so 17 shots in 30 seconds. So that's obviously more than 2 a second. So quicker than 2 a second. So that's a lot of shots that, when I normally receive movies or videos from students, like normally a shot lasts for at least a couple of seconds, but this is a shot every a shot lasts much longer, but a shot every 2 seconds is pretty quick, especially when it kind of went around to their faces doing those quick little views of everybody screaming. So if we were to take that shot back, okay, so we have our commercial here, and we were to look at each one of those shots individually in storyboard format, I have an example. If I scroll down here, it says click here for a storyboard example. This is going to download a PDF of my example that I did of the storyboard, which I've got right here. Okay, so I'm looking at it, and all those 17 shots are going to be represented in this storyboard. So I've got let's just take a look here. So there's 3 in a page, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full pages of shots. Okay, and so and I'm just going to go through it each one individually here just go through my storyboard just to kind of hopefully help you guys get a better picture of what I'm hoping that yours is going to look like. Okay, so first off, production title. Please, your production title, yes, Bears love Doritos, but if you could also name it. So if I were to go into YouTube and if I were to YouTube Bears love Doritos, it's going to be the first thing that comes up. Okay, but actually yours should probably say Doritos commercial : Bears love Doritos, or give me a link in the in the assignment to the actual YouTube page, and that would be really helpful, because if I can't compare it to the original, then I can't mark it, right? So, and a lot of times I just have to go back to the student and say, can you please resubmit it with the actual name? So let's go to our storyboards. And so, yeah, drawn by you. Location, like it's going to be in the kitchen or wherever your commercial takes place. And maybe your location is going to change in your commercial, okay? Page 1 and scene 1 and shot number 1. The first shot, because the girl's legs are cut off at the bottom, that is a medium long shot. There is no camera movement. The shot lasted for about 1 second, and there was only straight cuts through the whole commercial. There was no transitions. I don't call a cut a transition, okay? Then the description of the action over here, 2 women walking together in the woods at a campsite, man in background gathering and walking with firewood. There is audio, there's no music, but there's birds chirping in the background, and you hear footsteps sound effects, okay? The other thing too is that other thing I like about your description, and I'm not going to mark you on your ability to draw. I'm going to basically mark you on number 1. Like, I don't care if you can draw, but I just want you to at least try, okay? I appreciate the effort in case you put effort into it, but if you're just going to whip through it and just do like a little stickman and not really say, oh, I can't draw, so I'm not going to try, then I don't know. I don't necessarily buy that. I would rather you please just try, okay? What I am looking for, though, is whether or not the shot here kind of represents what is in the original. If I go back to the beginning here, okay, so this looks like the tents over here, the ladies are walking over here, there is a guy walking with firewood here, you got some chairs here. You know, just try to represent what's in the shot at that time, so that's looking pretty close. Also what I am showing is an arrow here. An arrow is showing movement in the shot. So these guys or girls are walking from right to left, and so this arrow here is showing the action that is happening. If there's something falling from the sky, we would have like an arrow pointing down with the object falling from the sky. If the camera was moving to the left, you wouldn't necessarily draw arrows, but you would have camera movement panning to the left. Okay, let's keep going. Then, we're still walking up, but the 2 girls walk up to the camera and stop as if to talk to someone. The girls seem concerned. Girl 1, are you sure it's safe? Girl 2, I heard there's bears in these woods. It's a medium shot. The camera tilts up and pans left a bit, and that one's actually a longer shot. It lasts for 3 seconds. All right, let's go back. And
Are you sure this is safe?
all right.
I heard there's bears in these woods.
Okay, we'll just...
I wouldn't worry. I surrounded this entire area with various traps and pitfalls using Doritos.
Okay, so let's just go back. There's 3 shots there. Oops. Oh yeah, right. Here we go. So Milo came in from the outside. So I have an arrow that's directing him in. It was a waist shot, or sometimes you could call it a 2 shot. You know, all that is subjective. It's a longer shot. It lasts for 5 seconds. There is no camera movement, and there's no transition. Shot 3. Milo steps in from the left to assure the girls there is no problem. Milo is confident and talks like a superhero. He is wearing a lumberjack outfit. Milo, don't worry. I surrounded the entire area with various traps and pitfalls. Okay, and then I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I'll just go to the next here. He does hold up a Dorito using pliers and says using Doritos as bait, and it's a close-up shot, and he holds it up, and I have a little arrow because it does come out into the shot from the bottom. Okay. One thing to note is that in this case, they go in the actual commercial. I don't know if you say bears, and then in the next shot, don't even like Doritos. It goes from this shot to this shot. So I just did bears ... and then don't even like Doritos, because that's what happened in this one here. Let's go back. Oh yeah, we're here. There we go.
As bait.
Bears don't even like.
So she started in that first shot and then finished it here. Okay, gonna quickly scan through to see if there's anything worth noting about. Those Doritos, that's okay. He puts it down. There's a down arrow there. Talking about the emotion, gently places the Dorito in an open bear trap. Bird chirping continues. Thinking about the sound effects. If you have background music, you can just put it in the first shot, and then it can say at the very beginning continues throughout commercial. But if it were to ever stop halfway through, then when it gets halfway through, you would say music stops. Okay, but you don't have to say this song is playing, but and you might describe the song. Nothing interesting here. Showing the bear trap closing in, and so the arrows are showing direction there. Only half a second on that one. And then we've got everybody yelling, man to others begin to scream in reaction to event. Okay, it's a bus shot looking up at him because that's what it was. All right, and then we have all these close-ups. Okay, the noting that these girls all look scared, but Milo had a goofy look in his face, so I actually wrote that in too. And then the man goes, I can't, and then the next shot, reach it. And then awkward silence, no birds chirping. Now, in the last one, or the second last shot, we do have the graphics of the Doritos, and that is, you are storyboarding that as well, kind of describing the animation or computer generated effects that do appear. What do I write here? I wrote Dorito bottom type fades in from black and zooms in a bit. Dorito part of logo appears with a burst of light moving from left to right. So it kind of did that. Let's just go back here. It happens about there. We'll show it from there.
We can't reach it!
All right. So it's not perfect, but I'm making an attempt at it, right? I'm trying to describe it as best I can in the space that I've got. And then we've got the guy at the back shooting up because, it's Milo at the back shooting up because he got caught in his own bear trap because he was looking for Doritos. Okay, so I hope this gives you a little bit of insight into the level of detail and into what I'm looking for. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here to help. Oh yeah, and the storyboard template is right here. You can click on that and download it and print it out. I suppose I have some in the classroom if you want to get some from the classroom. And here's your examples of types of shots, which I will be talking about in class. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.